Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toy Escapades channel in Malaysia. Huge news to cover here on the channel today, and before I get into it, I want to send out a special shout out and thank you to the always amazing Toy Hunters Hollow on Instagram for breaking this news, the news of the return of Bravestarr. That's right, I'm talking about the official return of the tough, no nonsense space lawman of the 80s, Marshall Bravestarr. Okay, this is huge news. I can understand if the news maybe seems a bit diluted by now because of the fact that over the last 1 year, there has been two third-party companies that have attempted versions of Bravestarr, okay, in action figure form. We've seen them out there in the market, but now this is an official release that we're talking about, okay, something that's actually licensed. The third party stuff was good, it was nice to look at, but the official stuff, the one that's actually approved, is always the best. I'll tell you why later on in the video. But firstly, okay, the news that's not so great is the fact that the company that's handling the reboot is in fact Mondo. Okay, I know a lot of people are going to be groaning when they hear the word Mondo because of the fact that Mondo is typically associated with very high prices. Okay, when it comes to action figures, high quality but super astronomical prices. But at the same time, look, guys, honestly, these days, I don't really even know what's supposed to be expensive and what's not. Everything seems to be expensive out there in the market, especially depending on which part of the world you're in. Stuff in the US might cost maybe $20 a figure. By the time it gets to you in your part of the world, after taxes and everything else, after all the profit sharing, it ends up being $200. Okay. Something like that. And these days, if you want to collect vintage themed items like this, the market itself is pretty limited. The products themselves will be in limited quantities, so you can expect to pay something of a premium. All right, but in this case, probably the premium, as it turns out, may not be that much higher than what a third party company may be charging for it. Now, there were no further images other than this one still right here that was shown at the Mondo panel at NYCC. All it says is just Mondo X Bravestarr. Just this one still alone got everybody super excited. I shared the news on the official Retro Toy Escapades Facebook page, and the responses were through the roof. Okay, it's just a different level of engagement when something is official versus something that's third party. You know it, all right? But when it comes to something like this, okay, first of all, it's 6 inches in scale, okay? So Mondo has already put out the prices for what's in the 6-inch scale action figures, such as He-Man and the real Ghostbusters stuff. A basic figure with accessories and all that stuff comes out to about, what, $100? Actually, for items like the new He-Man 2002 Mike Young cartoon figure, even though the figure is in the 1/12 scale, like the Bravestarr range will be, however, the He-Man figure isn't in the 6-inch category like Marvel Legends. It comes in much taller at 7.5 inches. So I expect their Bravestarr figure to be of the same height because Bravestarr is a tall guy, right? The original Mattel figure stands at close to about 8.5 inches in height, right up to the top of his head. And just like what they've done for He-Man, Mondo can give us a Bravestarr figure with all of the classic accessories, the neutral laser, the rifle, a removable vest, a fedora hat, alternate head portraits, and extra hands, and we can expect to get all of this for $100 or so. That's what they've been doing. That price is high, yes, but it is the range that collectors have been paying all this time for figures like these. Even the third-party stuff that isn't licensed is in this price range, okay, if you notice. Now, the great thing about Bravestarr being back officially is that we'll get a better chance at having more figures from the classic series being made. Maybe some of you don't care about that. Some of you just want Bravestarr, just any Bravestarr figure, whether it's official or not. But then again, some of you guys want new updated versions of the rest of the gang. Some of you guys want a new updated Thunderstick. Yeah. Now, also, with the brand back in circulation in an official capacity, we'll have a better chance of seeing other companies working on the property too, at perhaps more advantageous price points. Now, Super 7 has been doing a great job reviving 80s properties as part of the Ultimates line. Bravestarr is definitely something that the Ultimate series was made for. We might even get Funko Pops, all right? I know a lot of you guys out there like that. If they can do the Power Lots as a Funko Pop, then I'm sure that anything is possible, all right? But the one crossover a lot of fans are waiting for is the prospect of getting Bravestarr in the Motu Origin scale, all right? Now, that is something that I'm personally rooting for. And now, it looks like something that could really be possible. Anyway, guys, what do you think of the official return of Bravestarr action figures? hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to all of you guys again real soon.